Yeah, I mean, first I just want to say like how blessed we are to be in that position, playing for first place and in conference, and to have that opportunity. And then, I mean, yeah, obviously it stings being close and knowing that's a game we could have pulled away with. But, I mean, those are good lessons you learn in losses, and maybe you learn a little more lessons when losing versus had we pulled that game out. So I think it'll help us in the long run.
How do you personally, as a point guard, kind of address the turnovers?
I gotta cut all the turnovers down for one, but just getting in film, watching it, getting with the coaches, basically watching a lot more film, studying harder, and figuring it out.
I believe that was the most minutes you played in conference play. Obviously, did you feel like you had a good game when you stepped up, 6 rebounds, no turnovers?
Yeah, of course, like really unfortunate that Langston went down, and just understanding that we, at the end of the day, we all athletes and stuff happen, and when your name is called, you got to be ready. Just understanding that I haven't been playing that much early in the conference play, but every day just getting that work and staying consistent is gonna help whenever my name is getting called, and like getting in and helping my teammates to the best of my capabilities to help us win the game. And unfortunately, last night, Saturday, that didn't happen, but I'm sure we're going to get him tomorrow.
It didn't look like you tried to do too much. You didn't try to force it, right?
Yeah, I'm just let the game, every time I get in, I'm going to let the game come to me. Not force to it much, just breathe and enjoy and have fun at the same time.
How proud of the freshmen? Making plays consistent.
No, I'm super proud of them, all three of them. Especially Miro, though. I mean, Jacoby and Eve get talked about a lot, and I mean, rightfully so. But he was highly touted coming out of high school, too. And for somebody to be as positive and energetic and lead at a young age like he does every day, even though he doesn't play as much, is special. He's going to be special.
And to go back and talk about Eve a little more, sorry, he was just named Big 12 newcomer of the week. How important is he to your guys' success?
I mean, he's super important. I mean, his athleticism is one thing. It speaks for itself, right? But, I mean, he's the anchor on our defense. We try to play best defense as possible, but as a guard, if you make a mistake, it feels good knowing that you got Eve behind you who can clean up some of those shots and easy to load. So, I mean, that's huge for him, and it's rightfully so, rightfully deserved.
As far as Jacoby goes, he hadn't before Kansas kind of had those great offensive games in a while. What have you seen from him just as far as staying and like his confidence?
He acts older and is a lot more mature than his actual age. So I knew he was gonna come out the slump. A slump is what you want to call it. I mean, everybody's going to miss shots. It's basketball. It's a game of mistakes. But, as good as he is, as talented as he is, and as mentally strong as he is, we knew he's going to be fine. And going forward, he'll be even better.
Surprised he didn't make really clutch guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you give him 10 of those, 8 or 9 probably drop with the game on the line. So.
You talked about the defense a little bit. Obviously, Kansas has a couple of guys who can really create shots, best assisting team. And while you kept them, they were under 10 turnovers, you kept them away. Talk about how this defense has improved.
It's something that we struggled with early, and we took pride in and believed in the coach's scheme and what they're telling us, and everybody's bought in. And it's something like we just don't want to get scored on. And that's kind of what it comes down to.
It seems like Jaden's been more aggressive on both ends of the court lately. What have you, has something switched for him, or is it just kind of natural progression?
That's who he is. He's an aggressive guy. He's an aggressive dude. He's a dog. And so, kind of like I said about Jacoby, like basketball is a game of ups and downs and mistakes and adversity, and he got to fight through the different adversity that he's going through. But, that's who he is. So, long term and coming down the main stretch of the season, he'll be aggressive and be that monster.
One more. Mary, cool was it to be part of that little surprise for Austin?
Oh man, that was amazing. It was a truly blessing to be in that situation and just having the opportunity to like witness that and be a part of it. Like I know that's a core memory for I think everybody who was in that gym and especially for Sachs. So proud of that guy for real. Like that's my guy.
Yeah, a lot of unforced ones. Obviously, Kansas's defense caused a couple of them. Their length on our drives, tipped some balls, and they did a good job with that. But we had way too many self-inflicted wounds, I like to call them. I mean, just not catching the ball with two hands, not hitting our person in the shooting pocket or where they would want it. Hopefully it's a one-game anomaly. From a standpoint, we've been overall very good in taking care of the basketball and with our turnovers. So hopefully that's an outlier.
That moment with Austin Sachs, Phyllis talked about on the broadcast, but I guess you reached out to him for the part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought Jay and ESPN did a fabulous job, phenomenal job with that. And that's always, coaches are always trying to get creative ways to, it's kind of like giving a Christmas gift. It's one of those great things for a team, and there's nothing more than a coaching staff would love to do that for a deserving player. And so really appreciative of how ESPN handled it, covered it, but a lot of good publicity for Austin.
Can you talk about, Eve's performance the past few games? We've talked about him a lot. You always say that he's always due for a Sports Center. But what have you really seen from him the past few games? Obviously, named newcomer of the week and things like that.
Yeah, I think he's just feeling more comfortable being aggressive and being more assertive, making more plays. Earlier in the year, a little more passive. The other thing is the more our guys get used to playing with him, the more they expect from him, the more they look to him. So he's done a good job really being efficient offensively and taking care of the basketball. A lot of times freshman bigs can have a turnover problem, just getting used to the spacing and physicality and defenses putting two on the ball and whatnot. But Eve's really done a great job, and the team's done a good job finding him.
Give a status update on Langston.
Day to day. So just like everybody, excited to see how he does today.
How do you feel like Langston did? I mean, how do you feel Miro did, filling in for him?
I thought Miro really did a tremendous job, first and foremost, taking care of the basketball. At the end of the day, when you're coming off the bench, taking care of the basketball, not taking bad shots, not making defensive errors. I mean, he did a great job controlling what he can control, playing fundamentally sound basketball, and he did a great job as the game wore on too, with making some very good passes. We missed some shots, but he would have had several assists if we'd have made buckets. Oklahoma's another typical Big 12 team, another excellent team defensively, offensively. Defensively, they rank higher than they do offensively nationally, but Porter's an outstanding coach, been to a Final Four, so you have to beat them. They don't beat themselves. They run really good stuff. They're two guards, very quick, very athletic. Can hurt you a bunch of ways. And then through the portal, they brought in a lot of players with playing experience that not only played Power 5 basketball, but started and been effective in Power 5 basketball.
Going back to the turnovers just for a second here, something you talked about this year, Ray J was just talking about it. When we talked to him, the defense has come so far. Does that almost feel like a final piece of the puzzle kind of?
No, I think again, I'm gonna put the turnovers as hopefully a one-game phenomenon, and our defense needs to keep improving. But our turnover rate, at one point, it was third, I think, in the conference. So I mean, we've in one of the better teams we've had taken care of it. In the beginning of the game, we tend to have a little more jitters, and I think that's one returning starter in the Big 12. And, Ray J has college experience, but not Big 12 experience. And Nunn has college experience, but not Big 12 experience. And the two freshmen don't even have college experience. So when you're playing on the road, there's an uneasiness that the crowd makes you feel. And we get better normally as the game goes on, taking care of the basketball. But to win in this league on the road, you got to do it 40 minutes. You can't just do it 20 or 30. And last game, we didn't do it at all.
Suns looked more aggressive on the offensive end lately. Is that due to gaining more of that Big 12 experience, like you said?
Hopefully, and then knowing what when you go into a new system. First, you're thinking, you're trying to be in the right spots, the right places, and then after you know what the coach wants, you know what the team needs, you feel comfortable with the offensive game plan and sets. Now you're more hooping and less thinking, which makes you freer. And Nunn's had to learn two positions, the point guard and the shooting guard. That's a big adjustment. Twos and threes tend to be similar. Forward, depending on what style, but point guards, that's a lot to learn.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.